Well, that didn't last long, did it? As you can see, I've already joined the Dark Order, and in this video I'm going to explain exactly why, and why you probably should too. Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to talk about why I've already switched to the Dark Order and why you probably should too. And is this game mode actually completely flawed? Did the devs actually think this through at all? Because there's a few things happening already which many players would basically have seen coming. And why not to move? If you don't care about PvP or something, can you actually just stay where you are and be perfectly happy? So let's go over all those things one thing at a time. First of all, why my theory didn't play out. Now, me and several other players, the theory basically was to jump into an alliance that had less players on purpose. This meant less competition to be in the top three. Like if we go to the alliance here in the top order, you have to get an awful lot of points to actually stand a chance of getting the gold marks reward from being first, second or third. And it's first or second where the points are at, particularly first, but as you can see, you have to do a heck of a lot of battles and get a heck of a lot of points, and in this case, spend a heck of a lot of money to actually do that. So is that worthwhile? The idea was to go into a lower alliance with less people and basically have a chance of getting first, second or third with minimal effort. But it didn't actually play out like that. The trouble is you still only get 100 gold marks for being first, even if that happened. And the thing is, with this alliance is, they just take over everything. This alliance has got so many more players in it than anybody else that they just overwhelm the opposition literally on every single citadel. So every single one gets owned, which basically means the next day you can pick up an easy 50 gold marks by doing, I think it's 5 battles, and then you pick up those gold marks and move on to the next one and repeat. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is going to translate to roughly 400 to 500 extra gold marks a week. Definitely somewhere around that, maybe 450, 500, but it's definitely around that kind of area. Just for doing those 5 battles in each citadel owned the following day. That's mind-blowing. That's like when you go to the PvP shop, let's take a look at that and go to the premium tab, or the other tab rather. That means we can pick up like 5 extra random books of deeds a week, if that's what you're after. That normally costs you 500 gold marks. That is absolutely huge. Or if you're chasing Stellaryx or Diamantina still or need Dragon Knight, you can buy that stock of 3 like most days. That is so good, it is absolutely crazy. Like really, really good. Like 500 a week. That's on top of the extra stuff you get from doing the PvP goals. Like, I know you get this stuff anyway when you do the battles in any alliance, but the point is that is 400 to 500 extra gold marks a week just by doing those battles in the owned citadels. Really, really good. Now let's talk about why I think the devs might have actually have this as a slightly flawed game mode. Now, the thing is with this, as soon as one alliance becomes dominant, the others basically don't stand a chance. So all that's going to happen is more and more people are going to switch to the Dark Order, because unless you don't really care about PvP, there's almost no reason to be in any other alliance. You're just going to sit there doing nothing. You're going to sit there getting hardly any gold marks, and it's just going to be a waste of time. You're going to be doing those PvP battles, rarely getting in the top 3, when you could be picking up 400 to 500 extra gold marks a week for not doing that much. It only takes 5 battles to get that extra 50 gold marks. That is so cool. Some people may, you know, stick their heels in the ground and say, I've set my stall, I'm not moving. I don't want to lose my VP points, because when you lose 25,000, 25% VP points of your total VP points when you move. Don't worry about that. Just do it sooner rather than later. I moved, yeah, it suffered my rank. I've gone down to Legionary 8, where before I was way up here somewhere. Can't remember where I was. I was around here somewhere, something like that, because I had 25% more than that. Nearly 500,000 points. So it had been there for like 10, 12 days. Yeah, sort of been around Centurion 5. And then you'd move to that a little bit later on once you've been there long enough. Yeah, Centurion 5 was where I was at. So it's like But you don't worry about that. Yes, you lose the ability to chat in the guild chat thing, in the alliance chat, but personally I'm not much of a text chatter anyway, so I don't really care about that at all. I mean, you do lose bonuses. I think you get gold marks bonuses for the higher you are up, but the point is you're hurting yourself more by not doing it sooner rather than later. Bite the bullet. If you care about gold marks, you need to switch pretty much now, otherwise you're just hurting yourself in the long run by just being stubborn. Like, I made a mistake. I started in the wrong one. I took a gamble. I was very well aware what it was going to cost me if I made a mistake, but I'm the sort of person that was willing to take that gamble because I didn't want to actually revert or start off in the Dark Order, think, oh, this is not actually as good. I kind of want to see what happens in those lower alliances at the same time, see if it gives me really easy first, second or third place finishes in the end of the week to pick up those 100 gold marks, and then I can switch again. But yeah, it didn't work out. But like I say, I started off in the Bright Order because if that goes wrong, I've only got to switch once. If I start off in the Dark Order, and then I'm kind of intrigued to see what happens in those other alliances, I have to switch once, and then if that didn't work out, I've got to switch back again to the Dark Order, therefore losing another 25% total VP points. So it was better off starting a lower one, see one mistake, and then jump into the one which is definitely right. And this is definitely the one that is right, unless you don't care about PvP or gold marks, and that won't be very many people that are serious about playing the game. The other advantage of not moving or staying in other alliance is you get easier battles in PvP. You get 20% bonus to your stats, but I don't think that's enough. I think there should be at least like something like 50% bonus to your stats. It's like the army that is far less in numbers being more frenzied and fighting super extra harder because there are lesser numbers. You're just like going for it a lot more. So if that appeals to you, having slightly easier battles in PvP, then of course stay in your current alliance. But I don't know, when you start seeing them gold marks and you start seeing that extra Dragonite fly in, when you start seeing the ability to get those extra books, when you see you can pick up these extra pets like super easy, when you can pick up Imperial Deeds just as if they're like pin money now sort of thing, or extra cursed runes if you need them, then I think people will regret eventually not moving to the Dark Order. So where does this leave the game in terms of, is this game mode flawed? Because like I said, once everybody comes over to here and it leaves the other ones near empty, things are never going to change, because people soon realise you can't possibly win those Citadel War battles, so there's no point to be anywhere else but the Dark Order. And then it becomes like one giant PvP of everyone just picking up these easy gold marks. And it's like, I don't know, how did the devs not see this coming? I kind of thought this literally immediately when I was reading out that some of the key points in the spoilers video of this, when this very first came out on that video with Syrian, that actually struck my mind absolutely straight away. What if one alliance becomes dominant immediately? There's no need to go anywhere else. It's like, I know I experimented with the Bright Order, but that's the kind of crazy person that I am. And but yeah, it was kind of thing that everybody could see coming, unless basically there's something else. They're going to adjust something later on, which in a way would also be unfair, because a lot of people would have spent a lot of, or wasted a lot of VP points to actually switch to Dark Order. And if the devs change things later on, adjust things so the rewards aren't as high, or they make the bonuses in the less popular alliances even bigger, then that's kind of bending the rules a bit about why people moved in the first place. So yeah, I don't know. But all I'm going to say is make hay while the sun shines in the Dark Order. Pick up these 450, whatever it is, 500 extra gold marks a week. That is absolutely huge. Make hay while the sun shines, get them while you can, because things may be adjusted in the future, because the way it is at the moment, everybody's going to be shifting to the Dark Order. Everybody's going to be getting these huge amounts of extra gold marks. And I don't know, it may not be exactly what the devs intended. And if it's not what the devs intended, they may actually end up switching things around and changing things and making some adjustments. But there it is. There's the video on why I switched to the Dark Order and why you probably should too. If you enjoyed this video, found anything about it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. And if you know anybody that plays this game, who's in your guild, whatever, who would benefit from watching it, then be sure to share the video too. I absolutely appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.